Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Moving to Maryland. Today I'm here with Rushmere, Nick, and Caitlin, and today we're going to talk about our favorite restaurants in Canton. How's it going, guys?
Doing
Good.
great.
It's going great.
Nick, you lived in Canton for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite?
That's kind of a loaded question. I mean, cuisine-wise, you could say, what's your favorite pizza place? It's Verde. I mean, that's probably like my go-to restaurant in Canton. If people are coming into town, it's always Verde. I mean, it's Neapolitan-style pizzas.
So different. We love it.
Mm-hmm. Everything. You can't go wrong with just like throwing a dart at the menu, and then whatever you pick is going to be good.
I should try that.
You should.
How about you, Caitlin?
I really love Nihau, that new Chinese restaurant that opened probably, almost 2 years ago now. But they're really, really excellent food, but a more casual dining atmosphere. It's really, really good.
What about you, Russ?
My favorite restaurant is El Buffalo's.
Oh.
I love Taco Tuesday. They have tequila and tacos that are just exquisite.
I tell you, I went there for lunch, and I know Dominic through his other place, Ron Refine, which is on the waterfront over there at the pool. And but I'd never been to El Buffalo. Like, it was just one of those places. I had no idea how good the food was there. So I live in Canton, and like last night we went to Gunther Company, which is technically in Brewers Hill, but it's a block over. And I know we'd all agree that's like really one of my favorite restaurants in all of the city. I mean, it's one of my favorite restaurants. I know it's probably one of yours too.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. Shout out to Nancy and Jerry, who are always killing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. So we also, because of the location and because of being able to get to it on the promenade, Bayside Cantina, which used to be the Bay Cafe, which a lot of us, I found Canton through the Bay, through Bay Cafe. We go there at least now that the weather's breaking. I mean, we'll be there 2 or 3 nights a week. We can walk there on the promenade. The food's great. The atmosphere is great. Indoor, outdoors. The staff is phenomenal. Shout out to Carlos.
Everybody's getting shouts out.
Yeah.
But there's we were just talking about a restaurant just outside of Canton, Sally O's.
Oh, yeah. Sally O's is so good. The smash burger is like one of my favorite things in the entire world to eat. That might be like one of my death row like meal picks.
Yeah.
Honestly, that smash burger.
Jess, who's the chef there, I mean, the best way I can describe her food is it's funky. It's like combinations of things that you never would really expect. Like last time I was there, they had French onion ravioli, so like ravioli like stuffed with like French onion.
Oh, wow.
They had which my favorite thing was a porchetta stuffed with crab cake. Like everything that she does is funky, but it is all delicious.
Stuff with crab cake.
Yeah.
I had a porchetta at Gunther last night. I've never had porchetta before.
So I made that for Easter.
Oh, wow.
I ate it and I said I want to do it, and I remade it for Easter.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome. She has her chops. I am forever a fan of hers. So
And the interior design styling of Sally O's is like very cool too. Like it's very hip.
So that used to be the Laughing Pint, which was a bar. They did a little bit of food, but it was. I remember in the city paper, it was either number 1 or number 2 of like one of the coolest bars in the city, which is not that far from the Venice, which is kind of like a cool basement.
one of the oldest bars in the city still operating, Venice Tavern.
Yeah, really.
Which is crazy.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Okay, so there's a range of cuisine, a range of style. There's not really fine dining though. I mean, what do you think the closest to fine dining in Canton?
Well, the Gunther. You
Yeah.
also have Of Love and Regret, which is also really elevated. Their food is also really great. And then you have probably like older Canton staples like Mama's on the Half Shell. But the one thing, Canton might not be known for fine dining, but you do have tons of cuisine options there, which is what I really like about dining in Canton, because you can have American bar food. You do have Latin-inspired, Mexican cuisines. There's Vietnamese. There's
On Eastern Avenue. I think people forget about all of the great spots on Eastern Avenue and consider that like Highland Town. Mathews Pizza.
Oh my gosh, Mathews Pizza.
Yeah.
I love Mathews Pizza so much.
Mathews Pizza are like hot dogs. I forget how much I like hot dogs. I eat a hot dog, I eat another hot dog. Yeah. And then,
5 or 6 later, you're like, ugh.
well, Mathews Pizza, once you get taste of a Mathews Pizza, then you're like, I need more of that.
Have you ever gotten Mathews Pizza delivery?
Oh yeah, we get it all the time.
You know, they do like between the paper plates. The first time I saw it, I was like, what is this? And then I opened it up and I ate it and I was like,
Hallelujah.
I'm so sorry that I judged you. I can't believe I did that.
It was delicious.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Their sliders are like phenomenal, just sloppy and good. And the other thing is like the fast casual options. There's like the long time favorite Tutti Gustis. You got pizza and wings, which is part of Nacho Mama's. You got like, which is just across the street into Brewers Hill, Pasta Mista, Five Guys. I mean, you got some really good choices. 2 blocks away, Di Pasquale's, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, if we're going to go Brewers Hill, you have to talk about Di Pasquale, the Butcher's Hill cheesesteak. I swear to you. I love it.
Well, a lot of us actually, like I found, when I found Canton, it was through the Bay Cafe in Canton Square. So you have the staples that have been there. Mama's in the Half Shell. I know you like Rush. The Nacho Mama's, which interestingly enough, where Nacho Mama's opened, it was a pizza to goes from Ocean City. Is that right?
Interesting, I guess.
Yeah, pizza to goes, and he started too early. I think it was like 1992, 1993 maybe, and it just didn't catch on. Like Canton hadn't quite got there yet, and then Scunny came into town and had this Irish guy, Mexican food place, like a crazy idea, and he was such a character, and we all miss him. It's really hasn't been the same without him. It's still really good. And then he got real involved in the community. He would give. He did pizza night at Believe in Tomorrow, which is housing for people with kids at the hospital, and then just not everybody's heard of Nacho Mama's, right?
Yeah,
Margaritas,
the hubcap. Yeah, hubcap margaritas.
All the Elvis decor.
That's a thing. Yeah.
So I moved here in '95, right when that was like developing, and then it wasn't. It might have been like 5 or 10 years later that they opened their corner spot. God.
Mama's on the Half Shell.
On the Half Shell.
Yeah.
I forget that. Which are both 2 staples.
Yeah. And I feel like the Vaccaro's in Canton Square is kind of a staple there too.
It hasn't been there since like '95. It's been there a while.
Yeah.
And I would say 95% of the time I take my son to the playground, Dipsky Park. We go to Vaccaro's. That's our spot.
Go
Have
to
a routine.
Claddagh for their good wings.
Yeah, Claddah's for the younger folks. Dollar beer night at Claddah's on Thursdays.
I mean, you can't forget Kislings and wings.
Kisling's has the best wings. There's the best way I describe a food in Canton is like you can't go a block without a neighborhood corner spot. So where I lived, the spot that was closest to me was Pho Bac. It's a Vietnamese place run by a family. Mom cooks, the kids are in the front. They have pho, they have all these Vietnamese classics and food that I had never tried before, and it became, a place that I would eat like once or twice a week because it was literally just down the block, and everything I had there was just fantastic.
Samos and Canton Crossing, which is on the edge of Canton. Awesome Greek food. If you ever been to the Samos in Greektown, the owner was at the grill every time you went in there, and the food was just so good. And then they opened that location in Canton Crossing. Technically Brewers Hill, but close. What are some other spots that there's so many really interesting small spots? Any others that you guys can think of?
Like hidden gems?
Hidden gems.
How much time do you have?
Well, just lay them out there.
So if you're an early bird, Simply Marie's for breakfast. They're only open Thursday through Sunday. She's awesome. Great breakfast food. There's a hole-in-the-wall spot on Boston Street, Charming Elephant. It's Laotian food. It's so inconspicuous in the front, but you go in, it's another family-run restaurant. Awesome food. If you want more like pub grub, Hudson Street Stackhouse, they have like 80 beers on tap. Trying to think, where else do I really like? Snake Hill, which is over in Highlandtown, but it's a short walk right off Patterson Park.
Just across from Canton.
Just across from Canton. They're awesome. They like hand make their own sausages. It's a very, very cool vibe. And then, I'll think of more, but those are the ones off the top of my head that I can think of.
I love sitting at the bar at Snake Hill it's like a Scrabble bar top. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
I'm very simple. I like the Chick-fil-A and the Outback.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a bloomin' onion, honestly.
Yes.
Who doesn't love that?
I had lived in Canton since '95, and that Outback's been around for a while. It used to be a bookstore there, Barnes and Noble.
Borders
bookstore.
That was the only other one I know.
Well, it used to be Kiss Cafe too. Part of it was Kiss Cafe, and then they turned it into a bookstore. I can't remember which one was first. But I never been to an Outback, and I had some friends say, come meet us at the Outback. At the Outback, and I was like, maybe I'll meet you at Fleming's. And they're like, shut up and meet us at Outback. And I was like, man, the food's pretty good.
Did you have your first blooming onion? What was your take on the blooming onion?
The blooming onion is great. My wife literally last week took me to the Olive Garden for the first time. And then
how much salad did you eat?
When we were down in Florida, I went to a Chili's. So all I need is an Applebee's.
I love Chili's. I love Chili's.
It was good. It was, it wasn't, it wasn't what we're used to here in Canton.
Yeah.
You need to do Ruby Tuesdays and TGI Fridays. And I think that's the thing you complete the circle.
The circle of life.
Or do Texas Roadhouse on your birthday and then they make you saddle up.
Oh,
which
there
is so
it is.
embarrassing.
Yeah, we need video footage of that for sure.
So Nalley Fresh is a great lunch spot, right?
Can't forget about Nalley Fresh.
Get that quick, fast casual.
And I think there's an and pizza
Atwater's
now too in that same.
Yeah, there's Atwater's and Canton Crossing too.
Oh, yeah.
They're good. They're local Baltimore chain. They have great sandwiches, great salads, good breakfast.
Yeah.
Everything they make is from scratch, even their breads. Really, really good.
Another episode, we'll talk about everything in Fells Point because a lot of the places in Fells you can get to pretty easily from Canton. So they are kind of similar. But so Rushmere, Nick, Caitlin, myself, we're real estate agents. Our office is based out of Fells Point. We live, work, and in and out of Canton all day long. So if you want to explore Canton or any of the surrounding neighborhoods, please reach out. Our information is in this video post. Take care. See you next episode.